With Whistler's opening day right around the corner, it's time for a winter warm-up workout session with Whistler's fitness guru, Mark Coates. Let's head inside Basecamp Fitness at the Nita Lake Lodge for a serious pre-ski season workout.
Entire Whistler Blackcomb Ski School comes in here twice a week, 2 months out from the start of the season, so there's a little bit of method to their madness, to getting ready to help people out on the hill. We've had Julian Murray in here a few times training, so it's just to name a few, and a couple of other local snowboarders. JP on our staff is one of the coaches for Whistler Blackcomb Snow School as well, and he does compete a little bit in slope style and border cross and different events like that. So a few people are in on our little secret here in Nita Lake Lodge. One of my favorite sort of winter sport preparation exercises is the single leg squat. It's a complicated exercise to learn freestanding, so we teach it with a progression from sitting on a bench. So all I'm really going to have you do, Steph, is you're going to start, if you want to slide over, okay, sitting down on the bench. Your knee should be slightly ahead of your ankle to help you get up, and then I'm simply just going to stand up on my one leg, extend the hip and knee fully on the way up. Touch, find it. Now the way we progress this exercise is we'll gradually move the bench down to a lower position, like a box, and then eventually we want to be able to take that out and have you do this exercise so that you can get your hip all the way below your knee and stand back up again. Then you'll be doing what's called a full pistol squat. Okay, so one of my favorite exercises for developing hip stability is a side plank. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate this first, and I'm going to have you try it. Steph, I'm going to get you to set up in this position. So your knee, your hip, elbow, and shoulder in a nice straight line, okay? Pull your top leg back so this knee's behind your hip. Then I'm going to have you drop your hip up and down like that. A lot of the times when we think about training core, we always think about, by default, sit-ups, crunches, and curl-ups. Well, in fact, those are good exercises for strengthening your hip flexors, but not necessarily good for strengthening the inner unit of your core. So what we really mean when we talk about having good core strength, and this is really a key element for skiing, snowboarding, or any activity, because it allows you to do a really good job of coordinating your upper and lower body, your limbs, with your torso, is stabilization or strength of your lumbar spine. So that's what core strength really means, having a strong, stable lower back. So even though this looks like a very basic plank variation, for 8 points of contact are toes, right and left, knees right and left, elbows right and left, and then the fingertips. Okay, and by putting her in a flexed wrist, dorsiflexed feet, and scooping her tailbone under, we're really activating everything in that anterior line, so it forces her to engage her abs a lot better. So for someone who really struggles to feel like what it's like to recruit their deep lower abdominals, this is a really good tool. For things like skiing and snowboarding, where you have to absorb impacts of bumps or big chunks of frozen death cookies that we call them, that you see out on the slopes, these are a great training tool for helping you have a little bit more reactive balance and agility, again, to keep you safe out there on the slopes. When we talk about resistance training or working out in the gym, ideally 2 days a week is the minimum effective dose that you need to be doing to get a training effect where you're going to continue to see improvement. If you're only doing it 1 time a week, initially you're going to see a little bit of an improvement, and then you're just going to be maintaining. Okay, 3 times a week is better, and I would say is sort of the ideal number. But it has to fit people's lifestyle in terms of, where does it fit in terms of time management with their work and family life. That's the #1 concern. You have to fit it in there. But if you're looking for good results, 3 is the magic number, 2 is the minimum effective dose to my mind. Anything above 3, that's just icing on the cake, and you're just gonna have that much better of a ski season if you're doing that much work.